Why do you watch anime? That question keeps ringing in my head because me and my boys got into a pretty long conversation the other day, and we were talking about the state of anime, and it opened my eyes to a lot. The conversation started off talking about live action TV shows versus anime and which medium was harder to create a world in, and of course, I took the stance that anime was more difficult, but he brought up a great point where these modern day anime do very little to get such a large emotional response out of us, and it always seems to work. So that made me think, do people really just watch anime because it gives them that quick release of dopamine? I mean, realistically, why do you watch anime? And the more and more I think about it, the more sense it starts to make. For example, so many people won't watch One Piece, or they'll think it's bad because it's too long, or they'll think it's boring, yet they'll sit there and claim that Chainsaw Man is the greatest anime ever made, and we all know in our heart of hearts, that simply just isn't true. I think Denji overall is just a really unlikable character. He's driven by a dumb purpose, he wants to grab some tit. Okay, we get it, ha ha ha. It was very funny like the first time, but every episode, kinda cringe. And the character overall is just dumb. I don't understand how people can vibe with that because his whole character development is that he's stupid and he wants to grab tits. I don't get it. But because his character is hyper accelerated and he gets all these pop-offs like so immediately, people cling to him. What? Because it gives them such a quick rush of dopamine? I just don't get it. And don't get me wrong, like the anime does have a lot of like these cool visual features and aesthetics. Like it looks like a sick anime. The fight scenes are dope. But like the characters themselves just don't feel like characters. It feels like I'm just watching like an action compilation or something like that, you know what I mean? I think as a whole, people have just grown more impatient. And if a character does have some crazy cool pop off in the first 5 minutes, the anime is just shit or something. And I'm pretty sure that's due in part to the fact that so many things out there are fighting for our attention nowadays, like TikToks and social media as a whole. They're training our brains in order to just want this instant gratification that if it's not that quick, then we just don't want it at all, you know what I mean? Like for instance, I was told that Soul Eater was too slow. Like what? What do you mean? Soul Eater is too slow? There's a good fight in the first episode and the exposition is all there, like, what? Huh? I'm just trying to figure out and grasp, like, why are we all in so much of a rush, you know? I remember watching DBZ and even Dragon Ball at that. Goku growing into this crazy powerhouse wasn't just overnight, and Super has devolved slightly from that, but still, like the first time we saw Goku go Super Saiyan, it was insane. He just barely escaped the last arc with his life, and now all hope is seemingly lost. He's fighting the overlord of the universe, and next thing you know, Goku becomes literally Himothy. And even if you never saw the OG Dragon Ball, just from the start of Z, we saw Goku grow so much. He had some other cool fights in there or whatever else, and he had like Kaioken and whatnot, but like his first major pop-off was what, like 100, 200 episodes in, like, and it all felt well worth it. The pacing was there, it felt like the character was developing before our very eyes. Don't even get me started with One Piece. Luffy's first huge quote-unquote transformation or pop-off came in literally like 300 episodes later. Like from episode 1 to like 200 and some change, he was the same exact character. And maybe it's a personal thing, but I like when we have time to fully explore characters in our shows. It makes them feel more than like just some cool cartoon hero. They feel more like a friend or someone we know, and watching them grow into something great will always feel cooler than them just being given it. I watch anime to get this feeling of awe and excitement that feels rewarding when we finally do get it. These new tropes are lame, and maybe that's why I just don't vibe with a lot of the new stuff. Regardless, I really want to know what y'all think down in the comments. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Also, peep this brand new Instagram my boy made for me. This John tough.